Hi, everyone, and welcome to our discounts webinar today. We're so happy to have you here. It's my favorite part of the platform, so I'm super excited to share this with all of you. We're like a little bit of a heat wave, so hope everybody's staying cool and hydrated. And if you like elevator music, that was done by our very own colleague. If you want to look him up on social media, it's Silla, S-I-L-A. And yeah, he does amazing music. Before we get into the content, I'm going to give you a little introduction. My name is Katrina. I've been in the customer care team for 2.5 years. As I mentioned, this is my favorite part of the platform, and I love talking about discounts. So I am hosting today's English version of the webinar, and my colleague Tristan, say hi, Tristan. He did an amazing job in the French webinar earlier today, and so he'll be joining me in answering your questions throughout the presentation. All right, so here's a quick look at our agenda for today. We're going to confirm the different types of discounts, review how to configure a discount, and give a brief description of each discount in the platform. And as well, we'll look at frequently asked questions and give you a few tips and tricks to keep in mind when you're navigating this particular section of the platform. All right, so let's get started with our different types of discounts. So if you are in the administrative view of the platform and you don't see the discount section on the left-hand side in your list, you can activate the module in the apps section. The option, sorry. So the options available in this section of the platform are set up to discount items in the checkout process, and that can be done by either clients or an administrator. There are two different types of discounts, and all these options are applied to either activities selection or the people included on the same invoice. So the first option is discounts with codes, and that are applied in step 1 of the checkout manually. And this includes the coupon code, the rebate code, the loyalty discount, and the external coupon. The second option is discounts that are automatically applied. So these will encompass the early bird discount by age, by location, community segment, question, membership, as well as combo multi-discount, multi-person, and multi-person multi-discount. We do not have any discounts that applies one general discount to an invoice total. It is always applied to either an activity or a person. So all discounts are visible as of step 1 of the checkout process, and you won't see any automatic discount applied in the invoice total. You'll see it in a field to enter the discount here, the discount code. Sorry, let me clarify that. You don't see any discounts before getting to step 1 of checkout, either in the list of items or to apply it manually. To apply a code manually, you have to go in step 1 to the rebate code section where you can enter in the code needed. And for the automatic discount, it is applied to all eligible purchases once you reach step 1 of the registration process. And then you can see the name of the discount, the activity that it's discounting, and the amount that's been provided as a discount as well. So let's go through basically how to create a discount. I do always recommend testing out a discount first to see that if it's applying correctly to your activities in admin mode before you make it visible for your clients. And just so you're aware, once an activities are expired or archived, they no longer appear within the discount settings, but you can see them in the activities section on the first page of the discounts. So we're going to go through quickly how to set up discounts. You can find it under discounts and fees, discounts. And today we're going to create one of our most popular ones, which is the coupon code discount. So here we have all of the different rules and examples, how it applies in the instructions. The first thing I do is fill out a name. So in this particular situation, I want to give a kickboxing promotion for everyone who's already signed up from the class. So for my existing students. I'm feeling a little generous today, so let's go with 25%. I'm going to give them a 25% discount. And then I go under add eligible items and add them in. You see here, you have all the different kinds of programs, and I'm going to go through fitness, classes, and kickboxing, add them all in. You see the number change from 0 to 4 out of 178. And when you look at the kickboxing promotion, you see all of the check marks next to the activities. Once the activities have been added, I go down, oh, that's true. I want to make sure that everyone signs up by a certain time. So the coupon code, I'm going to expire it as of September the 10th, and that way everybody has to sign up before September the 10th in order to be able to get their 25% discount. So I'm going to put in a coupon code. We'll call it Fall Kickbox 2021 and add it in. You see the maximum uses at the moment are 1. I'm going to change that to 5. And that way 5 people can use this particular coupon code. I don't want to display in the store. It's only for my existing clients. And to make sure that no one shares the coupon code, I'm going to create a second one, which is Kickbox 2021 exclamation point. And I'm going to change the maximum uses for this particular coupon code as well. When I go ahead and save this discount, as soon as we reach the first page of the discount, we see that there's the new kickboxing promotion for existing students. It is a coupon code and it has not yet been used. Oh, and just as a side note, when in the rule, I forgot to mention, you can either discount by a dollar amount or a percentage. In this case, I choose by percentage, but you can also go by a dollar amount as well. Right, so now that I've created my discount, we're gonna take a look and see what it looks like in the store. This is Club Amelia, and I'm gonna act as if I am a client trying to purchase a kickboxing class. So I'm gonna go underneath fitness and change the calendar view to view my activities in a list. I'm gonna go to the kickboxing classes and I wanna choose a 30-minute class for $2,400. So I select my name. I don't want a gym bag, it's just suggested, so I continue. And once there's a green check mark next to my name, I select checkout. Once I'm in step 1 of the checkout, I'm going to put in the rebate code Fall Kickbox 2021, add it in. So you can see here the name of the promotion, the name of the activity, and the $600 discount that's being applied to the $2,400 total for my activity. You'll see the rebate code there as well at the very bottom. So before we begin going through the different types of discounts, I would like to clarify that all the discounts are very similar, and in terms of having 4 to 5 core similarities, such as eligible items, a price schedule or a rule, the options displayed in the store, and the ability to add additional criterion. However, each one has a little difference based on the different type of discount we want to create. So let's go ahead and start with our discounts with codes. The first option we have in the list is the rebate code. So the rebate code creates one specific code that will discount all eligible activities on the same invoice. This particular discount has little to no restrictions, and it's more of a general option to choose when you have a large group of people that you want to provide the discount to. So in this particular example, I want to provide a 5% additional discount to all registration to my summer camp programming. The rebate code I've chosen is summer 2021. And once I apply that to my step one of the invoice, step one of the checkout process, excuse me, the discount will apply to all eligible items. So the second option we have is our coupon code. So there can be a little bit of confusion between the differences of a rebate code and a coupon code. We actually did receive a question asking us to clarify the differences. So where a rebate code applies to all eligible items on the same invoice, a coupon code is only applicable to one item per invoice or the lowest valued item if there are multiple eligible items on the same invoice. If the option is enabled on the main discounts page, you can use an additional different coupon code on the same invoice. And a coupon code would be used more when there's a specific discount that needs to be given to one person or a small set group of people. The administrator setting it up can set up different coupon codes with their own set number of maximum uses. And you can also track the number of discount uses within the discount itself. As a side note, if the maximum uses are attained and you want to provide the coupon code to other people, you can update the maximum uses to include more. And the number that we have, the absolute most that you can choose for a coupon code maximum use is 32,767 uses. Just a little fun fact there. So I know that, that's the main difference, but let's just look at a little table to make sure that all the details are clear between the coupon code and the rebate code. So whereas a coupon code will apply one discount to the cheapest eligible item on the invoice, a rebate code will apply the discount to all eligible items on the same invoice. When it comes to coupon codes, administrators can decide how many times the code can be used, but with rebate codes, one code can be used towards all eligible items by whoever has the code until the discount is actually disabled. And the last thing is when you have coupon codes, admins can choose to allow multiple coupon codes to be stacked on the same invoice. Whereas with a rebate code, there's really no limit to the number of rebates applied to one invoice. So next off is our loyalty discount. So the loyalty discount can be described as, well, the continuous discount. What happens is when you buy an eligible item and your purchase is confirmed, you receive a one-time use code that can be used towards an equally eligible item. Please do note that clients will continue to receive a code on their purchase confirmations every time they buy an eligible activity. So for example, in this confirmation or this example, there are 4 eligible items out of 178 different options. If your client purchases one of the 4, they will receive a code for their next purchase. When they come back to your store and they purchase a second eligible activity, they'll be able to use the code from the first purchase, as well as receive another code for their next purchase. And then it keeps going on until you've purchased either all the eligible activities, expire, or the discount is disabled. You are required to provide a coupon code prefix, and then the system will use that to automatically generate a unique code on each client's purchase confirmation. So here I've decided to choose 2022 soccer to provide a 25% discount to all my soccer team sports. As you can see here, I've purchased an eligible activity for Benjamin. And we see the unique code generated in step 1 of the checkout process with the prefix 2022 or 2022, my goodness, soccer, and its own specific code at the end. And then you can also see that it's shows up in the purchase confirmation once the purchase has been confirmed. We can also see in the coupon code details on the main page once the coupon has been redeemed on the invoice. And our fourth and final discount code option is called the external coupon. So the external coupon is a type of discount code that covers part or all of an activity that has been already purchased outside of the platform. For example, like with Groupon. So when the code is applied during step 1 of the checkout process, we will see the discount applied. So in this case, 40% off, and then as well as a confirmation of an external payment that's been made because the activity has technically already been purchased outside of the Amelia platform. So in this example, again, we're going to give a 40% discount off of kickboxing classes, and there's a specific coupon code for all the purchases made within Groupon. So once I reach step 1 of the checkout process, here we can see I've chosen an eligible activity. We have the confirmation of the 40% discount of $1,200. And then right underneath, we have an external payment confirmed of $1,800, which brings the value of this checkout process to $0. So they won't be charged another time. All right, so I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Tristan. He's been answering some of your questions over the chat, and he'll take some of them live right now.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Katrina. So we got 2 questions from Wendy. Thank you so much for your participation, by the way. So both questions kind of go hand in hand. Her first question was, why did we create 2 coupon codes for kickboxing? And how do you limit people from sharing the code? So I'll answer the first one right now. There's no real way of making it so that people don't share a code. If they know a code, they could email it to another parent, for example. And that's something that we are aware that could happen. But one way to limit that is to create multiple discount codes and limit them to 1, for example, so that each discount code can only be used once. That's why we showed that you could create multiple discount codes in our presentation, because that's one of the really handy use cases where you would need to do that. You can create different discount codes and share them per parent, and you'll know that they can only be used once. So that's a little nifty tip and trick. Thank you so much for your question. And Janet just asked another question. Thank you so much. Is there a way to apply a discount to a membership? So yes, memberships are eligible items for most of our discounts. The one that it is not eligible for is membership required. So you can't create a discount for a membership that requires another membership. So yes, otherwise it's you can create discounts for memberships. Thank you so much. And we do have 2 more question periods, just like this one, scattered throughout the presentation. So feel free, ask your question. If you have that question, odds are somebody else has the same one. So don't hesitate, and we will gladly answer. Back to you, Katrina.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your questions, and thank you for answering those, Tristan. So we're going to move on to the automatically applied discounts portion of the webinar. We're going to start with the early bird discount. So the early bird discount gives you the ability to provide a set rebate during a specific period of time. So clients will receive a discount on all eligible items purchased within a certain time frame. I would say that this is probably the most overlooked discount just because of the name, but it is really a great option to use whenever you want to discount something between 1 and 2 different dates. So for example, I want to offer a 20% discount to my kickboxing classes. Apparently I love kickboxing, and it's only for 48 hours. So I need to make sure that if someone wants to sign up and get this discount, they need to sign up between July the 1st and July the 3rd. So the next option is our by age discount. This particular discount provides a a rebate based on a client's confirmed age in their member profile. So only members or clients within the given age range can receive the discount. There are 3 age options we can choose from and the rule. So it is at the most, is at least, or is in between. In this particular example, we decided we wanted to give children up to 3 years of age the opportunity to participate in gymnastics activity free of charge. So I chose the rule is at most 3 years old, which would discount any children signing up 3 years and under. The next option is our community segments discount. So the community segment discount is applied to all eligible items for all clients who are a confirmed address within a specific community segment. If they are a minor account member, so under the age of 18, they will use the same address that is confirmed in the account owner profile. In this particular example, everybody who lives within the community segment Club Amelia would receive a resident discount or community segment discount of 15% on all eligible activities. Here's a quick look at our by location discount. You may have noticed it's grayed out in your list for some of you, and this is because it really is a limited location discount. It is only available to Canadian residents with organizations who do not have community segments activated, and it provides a discount based on your postal code. So you can kind of consider this as our first version of community segments, but we really do recommend that people use the community segment discount whenever possible. Okay, so let's move on to our question discount. So when a question discount is created, here's what a client sees right after selecting checkout and just before step 1. So we can see here that Lucas has been asked what his soccer team color was last season. And so he's going to make a selection before continuing to step 1 of the checkout process. Here's what it looks like in the back end, which is basically it shows a discount provided based on the answer selected from the list of options. In this particular example, I wanted to give a discount if the parent can successfully confirm their child's soccer color. So I threw in yellow because it wasn't one of the team colors. So if anyone chooses yellow, we know that they didn't play and they don't get a discount. Everybody else gets a $20 discount towards their eligible activity. So the discount can be applied once per eligible item or once per person on the invoice. In this example, I've chosen to apply it once per person. And I would say that this particular discount is the one that requires the most admin verification because the question selection is really at the discretion of the person who's making the selection. So we do recommend closer verification if you decide to use the question discount, just to make sure that all eligible accounts only receive the rebate if the criteria is met. And let's move on to our membership required discount. So the membership required discount applies to all eligible items purchased if the client or eligible account member has the membership needed. So if multiple memberships are eligible for the discount, which you can select, the eligible account member needs to have at least one membership to receive the discount. The discount can be applied if the membership is in the cart during step 1 of the checkout with the activity, or if the client has already purchased the eligible membership in the past and it is still active. In this example, we want to offer a $100 discount to our participants who sign up for after school classes, but they also need to have an annual membership in order to be eligible. I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Tristan once again and to answer some of your questions live.
Hello, everyone. So we have another question from Wendy. She asked, which rebate would you use to give a $5 rebate when twins are signed up for an activity? So that's a great question. We would recommend the multi-person discount. And don't worry about that. Katrina will touch on it later in the presentation. She'll go all about how to configure it, how it's applied, and so on and so forth. And we also have another question from Scott. Thank you very much, Scott, for putting in the Q&A, by the way. So he asks, when using a loyalty coupon, what is the best way of conveying to the purchaser how much percent the coupon would be good for and what activities are eligible? So from what I can gather, I can understand that it's more about how to market the discount to let your clients know that that's something that they could go for. So something that we would recommend is sending a mass email if you can, if you have a targeted audience, or if you've embedded Amelia into your website, for example, you can put something on your website to let them know that that's something that is offered to them, or things of that nature. So that would really be the best way to do it. Thank you so much for your question, guys. Don't hesitate. And once again, yeah, ask it in the Q&A section and we'll do our best to answer everything. Thank you. Back to you, Katrina.
Wonderful. Thank you for your questions. We really appreciate them. This is the time to ask them. And let's get started on some of the most used and possibly the most confusing set of discounts. We're going to look at them all together as a set. So our multi-person, multi-discount, combo, and combo multi-discount. The first thing you might be wondering is, what on earth is the difference between these discounts? So the best way I can describe it is with this visual here. Multi-person is simple. It means for the people included on the same invoice, and combo is for the activities on the same invoice. So both multi-person discounts are applicable to the number of participants that are purchasing item on the same invoice. And then the combo discounts are applicable to the activities for the same participant on one invoice. A good way to wrap our head around it is to kind of think of the multi-person discount as related to the people and the combo discounts related to items. So now that we know like the key differences between the two, let's start with multi-person discount. So a multi-person discount adds a rebate to all eligible participants on the same invoice once the minimum requirement has been attained. The rule will apply to everyone on the invoice. So if the discount increases with the number of participants added on the same invoice, the discount applies to everyone. In this particular example, if two people purchase an eligible basketball activity, they both get $10 discount. If three people purchase an eligible activity, they all get a $15 discount. So here is what it would look like if in the checkout process, if two people sign up. So we can see here, Benjamin and Lucas both have a $10 discount because they've both purchased an eligible activity. When I add in Niall to purchase an eligible basketball activity as well, everyone on the invoice gets a $15 discount. So let's take a look now at the multi-person, multi-discount option. This particular discount is applied to all eligible participants on the same invoice once the requirements have been attained. So the rule applies to everyone who is set up within the setting of the discounts, and the first person or the first participant always pays full price. If there are additional participants who are added to the invoice outside of the rules set up, they will also pay full price as well. So we see here in this example that I want the second participant on the invoice to receive a $10 discount for an after-school activity. And if a third person is added, they receive a $15 discount. If 4 people register for an eligible after-school activity, the first person and the fourth person do not get discounts and they will pay full price. So here is what it would look like in step 1 of the checkout. We start at the bottom of the activity list, we can see that Niall was the first participant added. So he pays full price for the activity. Lucas was added second, so he receives a $10 discount. And then Lily was added third, so she receives a $15 discount. If I decide to add Benjamin in as a fourth person, he will not receive the discount. So now that we've gone over how the multi-person discounts work, let's look at how to apply discount on multiple activities. And we're going to start with the combo discount. So the combo discount is applied to all eligible items on the same invoice for the same person once the minimum requirement has been attained. So if the discount increases with the number of items added to the same invoice, the discount will apply to all the items. Any activities added above the rule set will receive the highest discount programmed. So here in this example, I want to give a 10% discount if one participant chooses 2 eligible camp activities. And if they choose 3 or more eligible camp activities, each one gets a 15% discount. So this is what it would look like in step 1 of the checkout. Benjamin has 2 eligible camp activities, so he gets a 10% discount on each of them. When I add in a third activity, I get the 15% discount applied to all the eligible activities. And then I also receive the discount on the fourth activity setup because it is the highest available discount, which is 15% with a minimum of 3 activities chosen. So now let's review the combo multi-discount option. So the combo multi-discount option is applied to all eligible items for the same person on the same invoice once the requirements have been attained. The rule applies to everything that is set up within the settings of the discount, and the first item is charged full price. If there are additional items added to the invoice that are outside of the rule, they will also be charged full price. In my example here, if you buy 2 ballet drop-in activities, the second one is discounted by 25%. And if you purchase a third, the third drop-in will receive a 50% discount. If you purchase 4 or more, those additional drop-ins will be full price. So here we can see in step 1 of the checkout that I have purchased 4 ballet drop-ins for Lily. The first one is charged full price. The second receives a 25% discount. The third is a 50% discount. And the fourth is also at full price because I did not set up any rules for any items above 3 on the same invoice. So before we answer some final questions, I'm going to launch a little poll to test our knowledge of these 4 very similar discounts. All your answers are anonymous, so really don't worry if you get it wrong. If you're unsure, just take your best guess. And let's go right now. So I want to give a 10% discount to my clients who buy 2 football activities, and I want each activity to have the 10% discount. Which discount should I choose? So go ahead and make your selection. I'll give you a few moments to decide, and then we'll take a look at the answers together. All right, so I want to give a 10% discount to my clients who buy 2 football activities, and I want each activity to have the 10% discount. Which discount should I choose? So the answer is the combo discount. Anytime you want to discount both activities on the same invoice, you choose the combo discount. If we chose combo multi-discount, that would mean that the first activity would be full price, and then the second one would have the 10% discount. But thank you very much for answering that. And Tristan, if you have any more questions, you can go ahead now and answer them live.
Thank you so much for your participation, guys.
Yes.
So I'll answer a couple questions that we thought were really, really interesting that we've gotten on chat before as well. So one of the questions is it possible to use the same code for multiple discounts? For example, winter 2022. So a code can only be used for one discount, but you can use variations of it. So you can put winter 2022 with an exclamation point at the end, for example, but the same code cannot be used for multiple discounts. Another thing that we thought would be very important to mention and interesting is somebody asked, is it possible to use discounts with private lessons? So previously, it wasn't possible to use discounts with private lessons. You had to associate multi-passes with the private lessons and then link discounts to the multi-passes. But now it is possible to set up discounts with private lessons. And if that's not something that you see available in your store right now, you can contact support. We'll activate the module for you guys and get the ball rolling for you on that. It'll be our pleasure. Another question we got is, if I use the early bird discount and I choose to have it end on August 30th, what time is it officially over? So the discount will be done in this example at 11:59 p.m. on August 30th. So it's always at 11:59 p.m. on the last day of the discount. Thanks again for your participation, guys.
Wonderful. Thank you, Tristan. And thank you for asking those questions. Okay, so let's move on. Now that we've looked at all of the different types of discounts available, let's look at some of our most frequently asked questions about discounts. So the first one is, can I remove this activity's eligibility to this discount? So the answer is, you can add and remove eligible activities during the setup and the testing portion of the discount. Once the discount has been used on an invoice, you can always add new eligible activities, but the original activity eligibility selection can't be removed or deleted. If ever it happens that you have, I don't know, one or two activities that you absolutely do not want to offer in this particular discount, what you can do is you can create a copy of the discount with the correct selection and then archive the same discount, the original copy of the discount, which has the activities you don't want to give a discount to. Okay, so the second question is, why is a discount not applying in step 1 of the checkout? So there are two main places to check if a discount is not applying. The first is eligible items and the criterion, and also within the settings of the discount itself. So this will include checking the activity eligibility, a date criterion, perhaps missing memberships, expiry dates, and do make sure you don't have any missing information, or also just to verify if the client is eligible for all the criteria that you've required. Our third question is, will all eligible discounts apply at checkout? Is there a way to pick and choose what is applied? Can I control the order? Okay, so all eligible discounts will apply during checkout, whether they're automatic or manual if you do enter a rebate code. The discounts are applied up to 100% of the value of the activity or until it is reduced to $0. There is no way to prevent an eligible automatic discount from being applied. And if there are multiple eligible discounts for the same activity, they get added in the order of creation. So for example, in here, the first discount I created was my dance discount of 5%. Then I created the discount of 20% for 2 purchases. The early bird discount was next of 20%, and finally the rebate code. And our fourth and final question is, a discount didn't apply at checkout. How can I add it to the invoice after the fact? So you have 2 options available if a discount wasn't applied during the checkout process. The first option would be to cancel the invoice by selecting cancel refund items. Then you credit in full and refund $0, and then use that credit on the account to repurchase the activity, making sure that the discount is in step 1 of the checkout the second time. And then once the transaction is completed, you can issue a refund for the difference. If you don't want to cancel the whole invoice and repurchase the activity, your second option would be to keep the invoice and the purchase as is. You would go through the operations drop-down menu and create an account credit, and then you would go to the payment to refund the credit balance directly back onto the credit card. Please do keep in mind, though, that the account balance or the expected balance needs to be at $0 before you start the process. And once your discounts have been set up, and if you're actively using discounts with your organizations, we have compiled a few of our top tips and tricks just to make sure that you are able to use discounts in an optimal way. So the first tips and trick we have is to always test as much as you can. You can always delete the discount and make modifications before it goes live. And when you test out the process with the live checkout, as long as you don't enter in the payment, you can make sure that the discount is applying correctly to the eligible items desired. As a follow-up to the first tips and tricks, the second one is a discount is considered used only when the purchase is completed. So that means that if it's just been added to the cart in step one of the checkout, it is not considered used. So you can go and make modifications. Once we see the status as active and used, that means the whole checkout process has been completed. Our third tip is, it is important to note that when you do duplicate an activity, the discount does not apply automatically to the newly duplicated activities. So don't forget to add in those new activities to the eligible items list of the discount. Number 4, when configuring a discount, if you do not see eligible activities in your list of items, you can double check and see, is the activity at $0, which means that they will not be eligible to get a discount on it, or is the program completed or finished? And number 5, when you have activities that allow your clients to pay a prorated amount, just make sure that the little box in the session section is checked off to allow discounts on a prorated pricing. So if this box is not selected, the client, if your activity starts and the client signs up later on, they will not receive the discount on the prorated pricing. And finally, under reports and then sales, we have the report summary of awarded discounts and fees, cancellation not included, where you can check all the different discounts applied at checkout for each invoice. And you can actually export the discount data for up to a 12-month period in one time. All right, so that is the end. Thank you so much for taking the time to go with me through the discount section of the platform. As I mentioned at the beginning, the webinar is being recorded, and we will share the recording with you by email in the next few days with some links to related knowledge base articles and any answers to questions that you left in the chat. So thank you for taking your time out of, I'm sure, your busy schedules to attend the webinar. Please don't forget to fill out the survey at the end of the webinar and leave your comments. It's super quick, and we do go through all of the information, and any feedback or suggestions you can have, we really appreciate anything that you can tell us. So take care, and I wish you all a wonderful rest of the day.